Today on Rappler. Fuel prices rise again for the 11th consecutive week. A petition to stop the Maharlika fund on the basis of its, quote, unconstitutionality reaches the Supreme Court. The Philippine Coast Guard finds extensive coral damage in the area frequented by Chinese maritime militia. Groups demand transparency on Martin Romualdez' reported $2 million donation to Harvard. The National Security Council says 2 missing environmental activists are safe and sound. The Philippines' Sophia Laforteza places second in HYBE's The Debut Dream Academy Mission 1. Sharon Cuneta opens up about KC Concepcion, who had unfollowed Kiko and Frankie Pangilinan on Instagram. And Big Hit Music reveals the military enlistment date of BTS Suga. Prices of local fuel products rise for the 11th consecutive week as Russia and Saudi Arabia extend voluntary production cuts. Filipina Shell and Caltex announce increases of 2 pesos and 50 centavos per liter for diesel and 2 pesos per liter for gasoline and kerosene. Other companies are expected to announce the same price hikes. The adjustments will take effect on Tuesday, September 19. Rising oil prices alongside higher rice prices resulted in inflation spiking to 5.3% last August, ending 6 straight months of deceleration. Year-to-date, inflation is at 6.6%. The government recently began distributing 2.95 billion pesos in fuel subsidies for operators of public utility vehicles. A petition filed before the Supreme Court describes the Maharlika Investment Fund Act of 2023 as a, quote, disaster waiting to happen. Senate Minority Floor Leader Coco Pimentel, Bayan Muna Party List Chairperson Nery Colmenares, and other Bayan Muna representatives filed a petition regarding the controversial sovereign wealth fund on the basis of it being unconstitutional. The petition wants the Supreme Court to immediately stop the implementation of the law and conduct oral arguments. The petitioners also argue lawmakers from both the House of Representatives and Senate rushed the bill. After President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. certified the measure as urgent, even in the absence of any calamity or emergency. Aside from these violations of the Constitution, the petition also criticizes the law for not having passed the test of economic viability. The Philippine Coast Guard says it finds extensive damage in the marine environment of the area frequented by Chinese maritime militia. PCG spokesperson Commodore J. Tariela releases videos showing visible discoloration in the corals and minimal to no signs of any other forms of marine life. The videos confirm an earlier report by the Armed Forces of the Philippines saying it suspected Chinese vessels were illegally harvesting coral in the area. The PCG says between August 9 and September 11, it monitored some 33 Chinese maritime militia boats within the vicinity of Rosul Reef and some 15 boats near Escoda Shoal, which are well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. During the 2023 East Asia Summit, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. raised the Philippines' concern over illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing in the West Philippine Sea. The number of groups pressuring House Speaker Martin Romualdez to disclose the details of his reported multi-million-dollar donation to Harvard University's Filipino language course continues to increase. Progressive group Alliance of Concerned Teachers wants to ensure the donation was not sourced from government funds and highlights the enormous needs of the Philippine education system. The campaign against the return of the Marcoses and martial law and the U.S. Filipinos for Good Governance earlier flagged the secrecy surrounding the supposed donation. On Sunday, September 17, Romualdez formally addressed his supposed multi-million-dollar donation by declining to confirm anything, saying he chooses to, quote, respect the institution's gift policy. Romualdez is among the richest legislators in the Philippines with a net worth of 475 million pesos as of 2016. The National Security Council says the 2 activists who went missing in Bataan earlier this month are already safe and sound under military custody. NSC Assistant Director General Jonathan Malaya says Jonila Castro and Jed Tamano are now in a safe house. Bataan Police says the 2 women voluntarily surrendered to the 70th Infantry Battalion of the Philippine Army. Malaya says based on the women's sworn statements, they, quote, left the movement on their own free will, referring to the underground movement. A report by environmental and human rights organizations says several eyewitnesses saw the women trying to escape before being taken away in a gray vehicle. Castro and Tamano were both working with communities in campaigns against coastal reclamation projects. Filipino candidate Sophia Laforteza will be advancing to Mission 2 of the debut Dream Academy after placing second in Mission 1. The talent reality show unveils the ranking of the 20 participants as well as the panelists' comments on their first round of performances, with Sophia garnering over 92,600 votes, only second to South Korea's Na-young, who ranked first overall with 109,000 votes. The top 6 from the fan-voted round will be moving on to Mission 2 and are safe from elimination. In a behind-the-scenes video posted by HYBE Labels Plus, Sophia says she is, quote, excited for her family and fellow Filipinos to see her. Sophia was selected as part of the show's lineup in August, from a pool of more than 120,000 hopefuls from around the globe. Megastar Sharon Cuneta responds to news that her eldest child, KC Concepcion, unfollowed husband Kiko and daughter Frankie Pangilinan on Instagram. KC recently opened up about the current strain in her relationship with her family, saying she only wants, quote, peace of mind. KC also stressed how much she cares for her mother, saying no one can come close to how she loves her. Sharon says news of KC unfollowing Kiko and Frankie hurt her, but explains the issue as a family matter. She also shares KC and KC Concepcion are currently rebuilding their relationship as father and child. Sharon adds, despite how some netizens have been expecting her to react, she will always support and love her daughter. Big Hit Music announces Suga of K-pop group BTS will begin his mandatory military service on September 22. The label did not reveal Suga's exact enlistment location and time, but tells fans no official event will be held on the day of his recruitment. But Big Hit asked for the fans' continued love and support until Suga returns from his military service. Suga is now the third BTS member to enlist in the military, following Jin in December 2022 and J-Hope in April 2023. And that's today's wrap. I'm Ninal Yu. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.